This is Tracy from GiftBasketappeal, and today I'm doing a design team project for Maymay Made It, and I'm going to be using 2 stamp sets, and as you can see, these are Christmas inspired stamps, and I'm going to be doing a Christmas in July card. For this project, I'm going to be using the stamp set Santa's Key, and I'm going to use this holly right here. So I'm just going to use that one stamp. And for this one is Memory Lane, and I'm going to be using the tree, and I'm going to use Happy Holidays. So let's get started. So this is going to be an A2 size card. It's going to be 5.5 by 4.25, and that's folded. So you're going to need one of these, and you could pick whatever background color if you want to do green or red or any of the other holiday colors that you like. And we're going to use this to make a pattern. So you'll see what I mean as we move further through this tutorial. And then you're also going to need a circle. And what I did to create this circle was I just used this bottle top. I always keep these just in case I need some kind of shape. And I just traced it onto some cardstock. So we're going to be making something on this also. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need is we're going to make a pattern. And I'm going to use my Tim Holtz Distress ink in Mode Lawn. So I like that green, that shade of green, and I thought this would be a nice holiday inspired card. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and ink this up. I'm going to make a pattern with Happy Holidays going across here. So I'm going to start right in the middle here, and I'm going to leave the edge just a little bit, come down from the edge because I want to kind of shade that in and make a border around here. Just in the center there. A bit off to the side. And so this is one of those ideas that you have, at least that I had in my head, of what I wanted to do with this stamp. And I will list all of the supplies below, along with the link to Maymay's store. Okay, so I'm kind of going off to the side there, just kind of repeating Happy Holidays. Let's see, right here. And it's hard to believe that we're halfway through the year. Okay, so if you see that, I'm going to leave this space, like a little bit of a space right there, because I want to put a ribbon right across there. So I'm going to come down here and just stamp it right at the bottom there. Just leaving a little bit for that ribbon. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have so far on this card. And so I'm going to use this ribbon, and it's got a little bit of a polka dot, and I got this at Walmart in their, actually just a few weeks ago, in their dollar area. They had some dollar ribbon. So if you ever go to Walmart, look on the bottom shelf where they have their ribbon. They keep all of this dollar ribbon down there. So a nice bargain. So that's going to look real cute, I think, with the green and having a little bit of that red there. So kind of the traditional colors for the holidays. I want to just have enough to go around the back of this. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to adhere this. So I want it to be just like that. But before I do that, I want to shade it in around the edges, just to give it a border. You see how that looks? It needs something. So I'm just going to take my sponge here And I just use sponges and cut them all up and save them for art projects. And I'm just going to come right along here. I think it just needs a little bit of red. Right around the edge here. I think that'll add to it. That way it won't look so plain. You can make it as dark as you want. Don't be afraid to kind of play around with your colors. Okay. Just have fun with it. And so just adding that little bit of an edge around there kind of helps it out a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to need a little bit of a border around that. See how that's just not, it's kind of plain. So I have this dark green right here, and I think I'm just going to just give it a little bit of a border because I do have that white card base. And I will definitely list everything below for you. Okay, so I just gave it just a little bit of a border. Okay, now I'm going to add my ribbon on here. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of turn this over. And I'm just going to tape it. I think that'll be nice. Just a little bit of tape to hold it before I mount it onto my card base. So I'm just using regular Scotch tape because this ribbon is very light, so I don't need to use a whole bunch. Okay, make sure that it's okay here. So if you have those ribbons that look like they're holiday inspired, go ahead and get those out. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna need a little bit of my art glitter glue just to hold that down a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Not a whole lot. And this dries clear, so it's perfect. Okay, and I'm just going to put some tape right on the back of here. And that's what it's going to look like right now. Okay, so for right now this works. Let me just put a little bit more glue right under here. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So I'm going to put that aside for a moment. And we're going to work on the circle. Okay, so with my circle, I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to use my holly. And I need some Memento ink because I want to make a border around this. But I also need to use this green because I want to do the tree also. So let's stamp the tree first and get that centered. So I'm just going to make this the center of my circle. Make sure I got that good. Get that nice and inked up. Look how pretty that is with that tree. Now I'm going to take my black Memento ink and I'm just going to make these little hollies all the way around as another border. So I want to make sure I can see this. Just a couple of these. Add some color. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so we'll just leave it like that. And so I guess I can color this in But guess what? This needs a border too. Just shading this in a little bit here. Okay. And let's go ahead and, I guess we can go ahead and color these in, huh? Got this lighter green here. I think it'll look nice. Sometimes you just got to kind of try and see what works. And I like this. And it's a little bit difficult to to get in the holiday spirit when it's July, but I like the whole idea of Christmas in July. And I'm just shading my tree in just a little bit with this lighter green, just to make it look fuller. And all I'm doing is just dotting it. I'm not really... Okay. It does look like Christmas already. And I'm going to finish coloring this in with some red. Yeah, so this is what we have so far. Just like that. So it's looking like, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Okay, and I'm gonna just do, I've got to do the stitching. I just can't help myself. Okay, just adding that little bit of stitching really helps. Just that little bit. And I think our tree needs something on the top. So I have these little red gems or pearls, red pearls, and I'm just going to stick one right here. Okay. Let's see. Kind of want to decorate this tree, and I think I'm going to use this glitter drops, and this one is White Blizzard. I think that'll be pretty on there. And what I'm going to do, see if I can zoom in just a little bit there. I'm just going to kind of make a garland-like effect. And the nice thing about this is it's kind of raised up. You can't really see it, but it's raised up just a little bit. So it kind of makes it a little bit dimensional. You just have to give it some time to dry. And I think I'm going to do just a little bit along my holly. Just dragging it a little bit. And you don't have to squeeze out a lot. This stuff really goes a long way. And this is available in Maymay's store. I'm so glad I got several of these in different colors. So I'm going to have fun using this when it gets really close to the holidays. Okay, so my tree, to me, still needs something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to outline it just a little bit. In this black, I'm using my Micron Black 03, and these are old. I got these from my daughter when she was in school, in college, doing her graphic art studying. I got these from her because she's out of school now, so I got to inherit a bunch of her things. See, I'm just making a little bit of an outline of my tree here. Just very lightly. And that is just so adorable. I wish you could really see that. See how that is? Just that little bit of sparkle. So I'm going to let this dry and put this to the side just for a moment. And I'm going to work on this one. I think this needs some kind of stitching around it to kind of tie it in with this. I think it needs some stitching. I don't know what it is about stitching. I'm just addicted to it. And with this, you just got to give it a little bit of time to dry. It really starts drying pretty quickly, but just give it some time to dry, especially when you're handling these cards. Okay, so I just added a little bit on there, and I think we're ready to put this on our base. Do it just like that, right? Yep. And I'm going to mount this on there. And this is Scotch brand mounting tape, and it is really sticky. You get a really good hold from this. And my doggy is in the room with me. He's a little bit restless because it's been a stormy evening here in Georgia. Okay, and I'm going to mount this onto here. Make sure it's the right way. I've done it before where I have put, I don't know if this has happened to you, I put it like upside down. Okay, and I like that, nice and mounted on there. And so let's see how dry this is. Oh, that's pretty good actually. That dried pretty fast. I'm going to take my, take this pen right here. And this is Stardust Jelly Roll pen. And I'm just going to, let's see if this is the Stardust one. No, this is actually the white one. I want to go in just a little bit in here with some white. Just right along my garland. Just making little dots. Just trying to add something else to my tree. I mean, you can really get caught up just doing so many, adding stuff to it, just details. Okay, and then I'm going to take my Stardust pen. This is the white Jelly Roll pen, this is the Stardust one. And I'm just going to add just a little bit of sparkle in between here. And even though you might not be able to see this, it's very smooth. I like the smoothness of this pen. The stuff just comes out really, really fast. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to these now, the glitter drops. And I am going to just put a little bit just right along here. And you don't need a lot. I want to just add some sparkle into my words. I'm actually going to use my finger. Just drag that along. Because this stuff goes a long way and you don't need a whole lot. And some of these are actually going to be covered up, so, because when I add this circle, I'm going to add this on, so it's going to cover it up a little bit. Okay, put that there. Okay, so I'm just using my finger. My dog is having a tough time under the table tonight. Just not dealing with this thunder very well. Okay, so let's see if you can see that little bit of sparkle on there. Not sure if you can see that very well. But this looks so pretty in person. It has like a greenish, almost a greenish effect. It's like it takes on the color that you're dusting over with. It takes on that color. Even though this says it's a white blizzard, it actually has a green sparkly effect on there. So that's pretty cool. So let me see if this is dry. And it's dry enough so I can mount this on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it on like this. Now I could put it in the center here, but I want to put it off to the side like right here. I think that would look pretty. Could be here. I'm going to do it right there. Yep. It's a little bit too much on there. Okay. It's just amazing the amount of ideas you can come up with from a lot of Maymay stamp sets. You can come up with so many different ideas. Okay, and look how adorable that is, and the green just blends right in. And I'm going to use my Stardust and put a little bit more sparkle on here, just because. I don't know, I can't help myself. I'm going to just do a little bit of sparkly stuff on here. I don't know if you can see that, but this looks so pretty in person with the sparkles on it. And I think I'll just go along the sides here. You can get really carried away with this. Okay, so here's what we have. And let me show you the other one that I did earlier. Here's the other one. Still lots of sparkly stuff. You can mix it up with whatever colors. If you don't want to do the red and the green traditional colors, you can do whatever color you like. I do like blues and silver as well. So I do like that color too, but this is just so pretty and just so unique. You can just do your own thing. So I hope this inspired you. I will go ahead and post pictures at the end. And I guess happy Christmas in July. And I hope this inspired you just a little bit to go ahead and make your own cards. You can get a real jump start on the holiday season by creating your own cards. And I think whoever is the receiver of these cards will really like it, because guess what? You made it. So I will make sure I list everything below. I'll list Maymay's store also. And thank you so much for joining me once again. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to our crafty family, and I will see you real soon. Bye.